So how was this morning with the scrimmage?
It's pretty good. You know, from what I saw, we got a chance to let a lot of the young guys play. A bunch of them, I know one that stood out to me is Cedric Giles. I mean, making plays all over the field, and several other young guys. You know, another big thing about the scrimmage this morning is like, I mean, it was back and forth all day, but like you'd have corners were just blanketing receivers, and all of a sudden, you know, Dak throws the ball up, and the receiver goes and makes a play. You know, but it's just playmaking skills everywhere.
Chris, what's it like for you to be out there again? And I mean, last year kind of injured and really didn't get going. I mean, what's it like for you? You had a good spring.
It's a big confidence boost for me. Like you said last year, it was a big downhill for me. I didn't have an opportunity to have a redshirt year, so it was a big downhill for me. But coming in, I had a pretty decent spring, and me and Cam, we work on everything together pretty much. I watch him, he sees something wrong, he tell me what I need to do. I try to stay on him. Even though he does start on the backup, there's no animosity between us at all. I just feel like I play my role, and I'm having a pretty good camp so far.
Chris, when did you start finding Drew a little bit last year after you had to sit out that first game or something? When did you start feeling get back into it?
Probably, I have to say the spring, because that whole season I was pretty much nicked up from going injuries. Yeah. But probably the spring, I felt comfortable on the wheel backer. Me and Cam got in, and we kind of conversed a little bit on the wheel position, because I made a transition from Sam to wheel, which is the field to the boundary. But we kind of got in, I got him to play a little better, and I felt real comfortable at wheel. I like the bang in the box type.
It almost feel like you got like a year behind almost. It had to be really frustrating.
I feel like I missed out. I just missed out on the whole year. And I see them last year when I was injured or whatever, trying to come back. I see them out there balling, making plays, and you just feel like I just missed the whole year.
Cam, talk about Deontay and how quiet he is, but yeah, he's so productive. I mean, he's so much on the radar, but he said he prefers it that way. But I mean, the guy
Definitely. I mean, that's Skinner's personality. I mean, you know, if you look at him on the field, you think he'd be, you know, a showboat, you know, loud talker. But man, he's quiet, kind of has a little high-pitched voice. We're always give him a hard time about. But man, he's just a good guy down to the soul. But he's got a mean streak to him, and you know, he can play some ball. That's for sure.
Talk about that. I mean, you guys have been here and you've been through the battles, but what's it like to watch? I guess not from afar because you're right beside him, but to see that battle in middle linebacker with two guys that are not much different between McKinney and Bo. I know they're different styles, but as far as who might start or who might not start, how much difference? Talk about that battle.
I like it. I mean, I feel like they both SEC linebackers. They complement each other. They got two different things they better at, and I really like it. I feel like it should be 50-50 between the two of them. That's me. That's how I feel about it. But two good middle linebackers. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, they're as far as like how the game goes, they're so dynamic in their own way. You know, you got Bernard who's long, tall, can do some things that Bo can't. You know, Bo, you know, short stalker, you know, good run stopper, good goal line guy, and I mean, just having two guys that are so different, it's really going to help our defense as a whole. I mean, and plus, you know, them battling it back and forth just makes everybody better. I know. I mean, you know, they like each other. You know, no animosity, but you know, they're battling. You know, the competition's good for everybody.
Cam, Coach Collins was telling us he gave you a reading assignment this summer. Blink, is that right?
Yeah, I hadn't got to read much of it, but you know, I kind of briefed over it, scanned through it over the summer. I had a little off time. Basically, it's like rapid cognition. You know, like it really related because, like, you know, in football everything happens really fast. And like the main, I guess, to sum the whole book up is like, you know, knowing that you know something without your brain knowing it. So it's like, you know, you walk up to the line of scrimmage and, you know, quarterback's going through his cadence and you don't know that you know it, but you're picking up all these keys and stuff telling you, okay, it's about to be pass. Kind of, you know, if you can get the gist of that, that's kind of what the book was about.
Chris, does Cam almost seem like he's a Peyton Manning for the defense? I mean, we heard last year Auburn game, and him calling out plays, knowing what's coming.
Yeah,
how much is that helping you guys?
I mean, it really helped us all a lot. Linebacker, we take pride in talking and being the leaders of the defense, really. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like he's the quarterback a bunch of times. He get in and he watch film and he know what's coming, so he kind of direct everything and try to hold everybody accountable for what we got to do. I try and do my part as well.
So Cam, which one of your group made Chris Wilson put a highlight tape on YouTube?
Christian Holmes, he loves getting some stuff going between the coaches. But yeah, Coach Wilson's got a pretty nice highlight video if any of y'all have ever seen it. But
he says he had a. So you're telling me it was Christian because he said he had a player just going on, Coach, I bet you couldn't do that when you played.
Yeah, and Coach Wilson came back. I forget when it was. It was actually a while back when he came in and put that video on. We were like, oh, wow. It was balling, so for sure. So we all, took his respect.
Yeah,
like, we're just way up,
Cam, for the first time since you've been here, and Chris, you're an older guy too, but kind of weird to say this, but you guys have the same linebackers coach for the first time in back-to-back seasons. How big of a difference is it?
It's been huge. Can't give enough props to Coach Collins. I know he's taking my game to a whole new level, and as far as like coming in and getting us prepared for games, like telling us, they're doing all the behind-the-scenes work, like telling us the keys and stuff. They tell us what to execute, and he's been great as a whole. And you just get switching coaches year to year. You just it's hard on the player to get adjusted, but him being there, we got to know him, feel comfortable with him, we know his ways, and it's been good.
I'm going to ask both of you, where do you think Deontay is most dangerous? Does hand in the dirt or standing upright?
He's a freak in a good way for sure. I've seen him do it all. As big and as long as he is, you would think he wouldn't be able to move, but he's playing Sam linebacker right now for us, and he's out in space. Yeah. He makes open field tackles, and I've seen him put his hand in the ground. We got several packages when he gets down on the end, and he can rush just like he's a DN. So it's hard to say which he's better at. I don't know what you think.
He's definitely multi-talented. He can put his hand on the dirt, and he can play in space. Good open field tackle to be that big 240 plus. Very good open field tackle, and he got real good closing speed. So he multi-talented. He can do more.
Chris, was there some doubt in your mind that linebacker would work? Just because of your body type, you were like, first of all, I'm going to have to put on weight, but second of all, is over time, is this going to work? Was there any doubt when they came to you and said, this is what you want to do?
Coming in as a freshman, he was always going to build on me. A little bit of doubt. I was safety body frame type line. Look around like these guys. SEC linebackers,
right.
240, 250, and I was 210 pushing that. But my mindset is I try and be a tough guy, really. No fear. So I had to do what I had to do, put on the weight. I kind of fell in love with the linebacker position.
You guys last year going to the season, so the biggest question was what's going to be like at linebacker? So many new guys. What's kind of middle linebacker? You feel like it almost seems like this might be the strength of the team now.
I would definitely agree with that statement. I know last year, losing KJ, Chris White, everybody, that just pointing fingers at the linebacker position. Who's going to step up and. We took it as a challenge. I know our whole linebacker group, we had a chip on our shoulder in the off season, going through the season. And I feel like, last year we established ourselves and kind of proved ourselves to the fan base, to everybody that, we're going to do our part. And then it's just kind of rolled over to this year. We brought in some young guys and developed depth. Depth has been huge for our linebacker core. We've got, to where last year we might have had 4 linebackers, SEC caliber. This year, we got 6 or 7 guys that can step in and hold their own.
You're the leading returning tackler in the SEC, but you're not getting a lot of all-SEC recognition. What do you think of that?
It's just kind of fuel to the fire. That's what I tell everybody. But I really try not to get caught up in all the accolades or whatnot. Last year I wasn't worried about tackles or nothing. It's just I was trying to get the wins, trying to take it one game at a time, and everything just kind of fell into its place.
How's your brother doing?
He's doing pretty good. I ain't got to talk to him much. He's been camping just like we are, and but he's playing. Last time I talked to him, using him as like a utility guy, playing tackle, guard, all across the board, and he's getting a lot of reps. So that's good. Hopefully, hang in, and make the cuts.
Good to be able to learn from him a little bit. Hear stories, prepare you for next year.
Definitely. Even coming from high school to college, having a brother, kind of a step ahead. It helps you, prepare for your next step. But he kind of got the short end of the stick, I guess, because he didn't have an older brother, so it's kind of helped me out a little bit.